Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM, bringing you back to the Black Tiger Miner YouTube channel. And this is about the Ripple news about the lawsuit. So, currently, before we get into that, let's go to our sponsor here. Almost forgot. Shout out to Caleb and Brown. If you're looking for a exchange or a crypto broker to help you navigate the pitfalls of the crypto industry, you can sign up with Caleb and Brown. They actually custody your crypto and help you with decisions on what to buy. And Caleb and Brown's regulated, so they're not going to give you any unregulated rug pulls or coins that are set to expire or bad investments. So shout out to Caleb and Brown. Use the referral code in the descriptions. You can sign up. I think the channel gets 3% and also gives you guys a good starting point with Caleb and Brown. And tell them BTM sent you. So shout out to Caleb and Brown moving forward. So today we're talking about don't forget to join the Black Tiger Miner Twitter page to stay updated on your XRP news. So today we're talking about the SEC and Ripple. So let's see what this little quick insert is real quick.
You are appropriately calling we're in a bull market. I get it. There's another way to look at it. Gary Gensler's knee on the neck of the crypto industry was a $1 trillion knee. And so another way to look at it is there's not actually in a bull. It's a recovery from a malfeasance attacking an industry that now it's like, oh, okay, that's gone. And now we've kind of reset. I mean, one of the things we were talking about, you are appropriately calling we're in a bull market. I get it.
So let's keep it pushing. So let's see what this guy has to say. But before that, let's look at some couple of articles here. First article, MSNBC News. SEC reviews Grayscale's Dogecoin and XRP ETF proposals. Seek public comments. The U.S. Security and Exchange Commission has officially recognized Grayscale's proposal for Dogecoin ETF. The development comes as part of the ETF standard process for reviewing ETF proposals. The regulatory body has posted 19B4 on Thursday, which acknowledged filing by the New York Stock Exchange on behalf of Grayscale. Grayscale's XRP filing was acknowledged by the SEC just now. So I think this was yesterday. Looking for anything that says, okay, a proposed rule change lists trade shares of Grayscale XRP Trust under NYSE Rule 8.201E, custody-based trust shares on February 10th, 2025. So all that says is XRP is one step closer to getting their ETF approved. And some people were saying it has been approved and it's not yet approved. It has just been acknowledged pending the lawsuit from the SEC being dismissed. Grayscale's ETF filing for Grayscale's XRP Trust on Thursday. Agency has recently sent a surge of crypto ETF proposals ranging from Solana to Dogecoin. Is notable shift in regulatory altitude following the departure of the former chairman Gary Gensler, your boy, your folks, that guy who had expressed skepticism about cryptocurrencies, often labeling them securities. So we are live, guys. We are live. So this is Ripple sets sights on new all-time high as light chain AI crypto price aims for a sharp 21 X rally. So, what do you guys think about that? XRP is setting its sights on a new all-time high, while Lightchain is aiming for a sharp 21x rally in the near future. With its innovative blockchain and AI integration, Lightchain is rapidly gaining attention from investors. Okay, this is a quick Lightchain commercial. I don't know why the Lightchain's even on here. As of Friday, February 7th, 2025, XRP is trading approximately $2.32, reflecting a slight decline as the recent peak. The cryptocurrency reached an all-time high of $3.40 on January 16th. Analysts suggest breaking through the $3.40 resistance could propel XRP to $4.20, or $4.50 range. Some projections are even more optimistic, with the target up to $8. On a favorable market conditions and regulatory developments. Recent surge attributed to investors' optimism regarding potential regulatory clarity and increased adoption of Ripple's payment solution. However, the market volatility remains certain, as XRP's future perform will depend on a broader cryptocurrency market trends and ongoing legal developments. So this is XRP rallies as whales transactions surge past a billion. Um, XRP has defied the sluggish cryptocurrency market, rallying 10% in the past 24 hours to $2.74. Surge has pushed its market's capitalization above 159 billion, making it the third largest cryptocurrency by market value, suppressing Tether USDC. You can see here at 274. The sharp price increase follows the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission's acknowledging Grayscale's application to convert XRP Trust into exchange traded funds. A move could boost the institutional adoption. At the same time, whale activity has intensified, with over 431 million XRP, worth more than a billion, changing hands across multiple transactions. It sparked speculation about potential liquidity shifts, funds restructuring, and a strategic market positioning ahead of regulatory changes. The transferred 300 million XRP valued about 776.7 million to receive wallets. I don't know what that is. This wallet has played a significant role in previous large-scale transfers. Was originally activated by Ripple with 70 million XRP in 2023. The receiving wallet has been central to multiple high-value transactions. In early January, it received the same amount, 300 million XRP, from the same sending address. Similar to December, is created with 330 million XRP from another Ripple linked source. Just 30 minutes after the latest transaction, 90 million XRP worth 230 million moved to a secondary address. Has been involved in previous major XRP movement, reinforcing the situation that these transfers are part of a broader liquidity strategy. I was just trying to see. I'm not going to read all this. Last article. What is this? Does the SEC decision mean Dogecoin, XRP, and ETFs are on the way? This step has acknowledged Grayscale's applications for spot Dogecoin and XRP. This step signals the agency will be willing to consider proposals, a shift from the previous tendency to dismiss similar applications for alternative cryptos. If approved, the ETFs will allow investors to gain exposure to Dogecoin and XRP through traditional finance markets without directly holding the asset. What happened historically, the SEC has been hesitant to approve ETFs tied to cryptocurrencies beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric B. notes that the regulatory decision to engage with the filing is a positive indication that its stance may be evolving. Fox Business journalist Eleanor highlighted that the SEC appears to be receptive than it was in December when exchanges withdrew the Lana ETF application due to a lack of regulatory engagement. Despite the progress, the application process remains uncertain. One of the major challenges facing XRP ETF is the SEC's ongoing lawsuit with Ripple. So we knew that already, right? We knew the SEC has to do something first to get the lawsuit out of the way before the ETF can be approved. So let me know what you guys think about that. I know that was a lot of information, a lot of MSNBC articles. But again, they have to get the SEC to approve or to drop the lawsuit before the ETF can move forward. Let's see what Jack the Ripper has to say.
People say, well, for XRP to get to 50 or $40, it would have to get to near $2.5 trillion market cap. And then this is where those people make the biggest mistake. They say XRP right now is at 100. In order for it to get to 2 trillion, roughly 1.4 trillion has to come into the market. That's completely, utterly untrue. Only about 20 or 30 billion would have to come into XRP in a short amount of time to get into that $2.5 trillion market cap. A lot of haters of XRP do not understand how market cap and inflow are completely different. And now Bitcoin is at 2 trillion roughly. And it goes to 4 trillion. 2 trillion don't have to come into the market for that to happen. That's not how it works. Just I give an example. This is how thin liquidity works. Now, crypto is more susceptible to thin liquidity than any other asset in the world. Is that in a mature market, a lot of money has to come into that market to change that price. A lot more money. Now, in an immature market, crypto is only 15 years old compared to the stock market. Something like crypto, right? So a little bit of money comes in, but it changes the market cap significantly. I'll give you an example. Now, and I'm going to exaggerate here. I know this is not exactly how it works, but this is roughly how it works. Of course, it doesn't work exactly like this, but it does roughly. In this situation, you got a house, you got a neighborhood, 100 houses. Each house is worth roughly 500,000. That gives us a market cap of the entire neighborhood of 50 million. Now, I come into that house and I say, man, I really want one of these houses. Nobody's selling. To one of the houses I like, say, I'll buy your house. And he says, no, I'm not selling. Why give you 600? Not selling. 700, not selling. 800, not selling. Why give you $1 million for this house right now? He all take it, sells the house, and the transaction goes through. All those houses go up in value, all of them, instantly, because that's how houses work on comps. That's how the market works on comps. The market is the last price the asset sold at multiplied by the supply. That neighborhood is the last price that house sold at multiplied by the last house, the last price a similar house sold at multiplied by supply. So now let's just say in exaggerated form that now all the houses appear to be worth $1 million. So that entire neighborhood is now worth $100 million. The million didn't flow into the neighborhood. Only 500,000 flew into the neighborhood. That 500,000, which is a thin liquidity example, pushed because that last sell of the house was $1 million. So all the houses that existed before that didn't even get bought or sold have went up in value. That's why market cap is not equal to inflow. Because if people really want XRP over a short amount of time and they keep pushing that price up, the price will rise with a little bit of money. That's how it works.
Yeah. So as he mentioned, it's not going to take a whole lot to push the price up. When the selling pressure comes and people want it and the buying pressure picks up, the price will go up, right? You guys are doing a lot of analysis, a lot of trend checking, a lot of looking at numbers. And it's not that complicated, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. Breaking news: American Express integrates XRP with all payment transactions globally. That's another step in the right direction. XRP $3 this weekend. What do you guys think? Currently, XRP is $2.78, up 12.9%, 1.3% in the last hour. And XRP has not been moving like this, right? So XRP is 159.3 billion. Flip Tether and running away, right? It was 140, now it's at 159, 160, and Ethereum is 334. So it's going to take some time to flip Ethereum, but it's pulling away from Tether. Short of any black swan event, I think it is finally running. And you can see here market cap was up to 163 and came back down to 160. And I don't know why this is showing us market cap. So I wanted to look at the price. So price action had it at 283 and came back down to 277. You can see here RSI is up. Base RSI moving average is at 60. Looks like there's a slight push up. Let me, was that an indicator? See if we can get the MACD. We cannot. That's weird. It's only one indicator. Why is it saying it's more than one? Let's see here. We're looking at more. It's weird. Seems like you can do more than one indicator. But this is, see, volume building and the MACD is up on the 5-minute chart. 15-minute chart is also showing a MACD cross and volume building. Look at the 1-hour chart. MACD is up. We got a green candle on the 1-hour. And on the 4-hour, have a massive green candle and volume is building. So I suspect the price will continue to run. Go back to Twitter. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Sending you love from the XRP army. Let's go. XRP to the moon. And this is Laugh Now XRP. This guy is saying, what is the price XRP by the end of 2025? $558 per token. I wish, right? I wish. $10,000 a token would be nice too, but let's be realistic here. $559 times, let me see, how much? Oh yeah, we'd be live. We'd be live. We will be live. We will be all the way live. If that number is correct, we will be live. I mean, I would be good at $5, but $500, oh bro, we are live. Be able to pay all my bills, go house shopping, and live it all the way up. Let me know what you guys think about that prediction. Let's get some comments going. Somebody, anybody, everybody, let me know what you think in the comment section. Is anybody here? Are you guys out there? Just in, XRP is officially working with MasterCard, seeking to build digital dollar project. New financial system is set up to run on the XRP ledger. Come on, MasterCard and American Express, make that money. Thank you, Sith Lord, for the super chat. Keep up the hard work. I appreciate that. And I appreciate that you appreciate me. I love the appreciation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and keep it moving. And this is us right here, Sith Lord. $80 for Valentine's Day. I'm tripping. $50 for Valentine's Day. $20 for food. And you can see the bulk of that is all going to XRP. And that's what I'm talking about. No, definitely like that stack in the back, right? I think I've already spent that much on Valentine's Day and I still got to get my wife something. So definitely be leaning towards this XRP uh, stack in the back just for future wealth transfers. Let's see. This guy is. I'll leave this here. Swift Ripple, the standard. See what this guy's talking about.
Is the preeminent messaging system for the financial industry, which covers, say, payments, FX, trade, in terms of securities, etc., not reconciliations, etc. What we're looking with the crypto, though, is where Swift would have a store and forward system for most of its payment transactions, where you need service level agreements that in a certain time I will do something, but payment turns up at a certain time during the day. Here we're looking at the new network styles, which allow instant real-time movement of the funds and visibility of those funds as well. So we would not have a situation where banks need to come back to you and say, have my funds arrived? It's 3 days later. I need to find out or find query messages moving around the network. There's nothing like that. I don't believe Ripple is going to replace Swift. Ripple is one of the complementary networks, which is going to allow those institutions who need real time to make use of that. And I think we're also seeing that Swift are changing their network capability so that real time will be a possibility as there. But we may also see Ripple XRP moving across the Swift network as the currency when we're perhaps using something like FX.
Somebody did mention that XRP and Swift were merging or working to come together. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments as well. As officially acknowledged, filing for 21 share spot XRP ETF. Bullish for the XRP team. Let's go. Just in, SEC acknowledged 21 share filing for spot XRP ETF. What is 21 shares? Does anybody know? Let's just look it up. This is this 21 shares thing. I don't understand. I don't understand. What the freak? Uh, World's largest site crypto exchange funded traded fund making investments. So I guess they are the ETF guys. I'm not sure actually. Let's see here. Does this give us anything closer? Actually, let's try. I might have to chat GPT. 100% physically backed by XRP, the fifth largest crypto asset market. The 21 shares AXRP track performance of XRP. Okay, that actually verified nothing. So this must be one of the actual funds. Simple, regulated, transparent way for investors to gain exposure, growth, payment protocol. But they haven't listed it yet, have they? I hope not. So they're actually trading this already? I don't know. That's a good question. We need to check into that. Anybody knows, let me know in the comments. Let's see, where were we? Acknowledge filing of 21 shares. So 21 shares must be actually going to list this for XRP. Like it or not, XRP is going to $10 with the crypto bull one. Huge partnership with banks are coming. XRP will soar to 10,000. Why do they keep saying that? Here are the banking giants confirmed to utilize XRP. DeFi on XPRL is about to skyrocket. CTF token, the top DeFi token on XRPL, has onboarded Amazon and Walmart. Let's see here. Ripple, XRPL, CBDCs. Fed now. The World Bank. Trying to see banking information. A lot of information to take in. Don't forget to join the Black Tiger Miner Twitter page to keep up with the news and these updates. Let's go to Stock Moan, see what he has to say real quick.
The act. Welcome back, folks. It's a good day. It's a good day, but we are at a moment. We're at a moment right now. We're teasing that 50 EMA price. I'm going to talk about that for XRP. This was huge. This kind of changes everything because if we get this ETF out there, we get this okayed by the end of this year, it will be massive inflow of money going into XRP positions. The demand will go through the roof, and folks, that will push the price higher. You're going to want to stick around because I think you're going to like what I got for you. Now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending where you are in the world. And of course, I think it's just a good day altogether. If you haven't done it, hit the first link, get over to the Discord, until I need my coffee for the day. But here we go. Once you click that first link, 50% off your first month. If you don't even have to put the code in, I have it automatic checkout. But if you want to save 15% on an annual pass, you can do that. Put it in, one-time payment, boom. There you go, 15%. I think XRP had everything to lose if you had the SEC come out and just deny things, like the same old, same old. But I went in buying. I bought more. I continue to buy more, believing that the tides have changed. The good news is that we don't have to wait. We don't have the anticipation. What happened? The SEC formally accepts Grayscale XRP and Dogecoin ETF applications for review. That was major. Yay! We got good news out there. And going forward, I believe it's going to give us even more good news. And you can see the security regulator has opened up a 21-day public comment period for applications submitted through this. And then it'll decide whether to approve, disapprove, or institute proceedings. And we'll find out who's running things and how friendly they're going to be and all that and more as we get to that point of time. I'm pretty excited. I'm going to go in feeling, let's say, optimistic, cautiously optimistic. When you've been battling and you see this for so long, the SEC is basically trying to stop XRP at every corner, every little place out there, and they keep fighting. Now, this time, they are okay. We're going to see how it goes. Now, what happened to the price afterwards? And why do I say we're at a major point that we need to see strength right now? And it's because, and you can see yesterday, we pushed up to the 50. And I've been telling you, we're going slow. And then all of a sudden, you have a little bit of a pop here on the news, and you're at the 50. Now, this is always one of those moments where I get nervous because the 50 EMA, which is now at 255.75, is a very, very large resistance or support. It should act as a major support force, I would believe, because you can see as we were down here at 50 cents and we had the election, we ran and didn't even touch it until we just hit it. What was that? February 3rd? February 2nd? We hit it. Then a major sell-off. Then a push back up. Now we're going up and testing it for the first time since then. And when we test it, are we going to be able to break it and move higher? That's the $1 million question. As you can see, I think the answer is yes. I think we're going to get up there. The major test is going to be around 273. I think we're going to get above that 50 EMA over the next, I'd say 48 hours, if that. I don't even think we're going to need that. But just to get above it, to confirm above it and move up. if we can take 273 out, I absolutely believe we'll have new highs. And that would say that people out there are excited. And we have to wait and see what the SEC says. So you just saw they just say over the next month's going to be interesting as all the comments come in and their decision comes through. I believe it's going to be extremely positive, and it should lead to future price gains for us. There's never a guarantee out there. Now, if you bought during that February 3rd just debacle, the price went all the way down to $1.70. Let me know in the comments. Hit the like button. Let's get this video over 1,000 likes right now. It takes you a second. It helps out. It helps the video get out. Promoting XRP. Please do that. And subscribe to the channel as well. But more importantly, do you have any XRP? If so, where are you representing from? Are you in California? What city? What state? What country? What planet? Or Mars was representing the other day too. Do not be surprised. I see the videos out there. So at this point, we now know that the ETFs could happen. I showed you charts on the ETF saying that there was a 65% chance that we would have an XRP spot ETF by the end of this year. We also have the Ethereum staking ETF that could happen by October. All of these and more, plus we're waiting on all the changes by Paulie Atkins there and David Sachs to do his thing. And of course, the timeline for everything seems to be, well, I would say 6 months after we had Trump sign the executive order for that, what was it, the stockpile, right? And of course, we don't know how that's going to go. So I would say in the first 6 months, you're going to have a lot of positive catalysts out there. Because I think everything you're going to hear when it comes back, reports are filed, new people are in the SEC, they're reviewing the case for XRP, you got the ETFs, you put them all together, I think what you're going to get is a chance to make a lot of money. Plain and simple. So much so, I keep putting more and more of my percentage of overall portfolio into the space. Now, this could come back, absolutely haunt me, but I do not believe that's the case. So I am taking a little bit more risk, a lot more risk than I normally do. And I will say that the funds continue to flow in. I will be buying more crypto today. And sometime today, I'm going to be adding additional crypto to the new portfolio, which you guys know I'm doing over at Kraken. And I'll say it again, if you want to join that, all you got to do is click the second link, sign up for your Kraken account. You'll be here, sign up, fund it. I'm going to be sharing that moving forward. All US-based cryptos, and we're going to find out how it happens. Are we going to be able to make a ton of money? I think so. All right? I can't guarantee nothing. I never do guarantee nothing. I can guarantee that prices are going to change. How about that? We're going to see people out there either do extremely well or extremely poor. And based on everything I'm seeing, and now the SEC getting a little bit friendly with Dogecoin. How did Dogecoin do? You know what? I didn't even look. How did Dogecoin do? Just kind of sideways on the news. Nothing really to write home about, right? You go to XRP, though. Why is it such a different story? You know, you have a big candle here moving up back up to 50. My thoughts, I think there's been so much pressure from the SEC on XRP that seeing them saying, all right, well, we'll review it. We'll take a look. We'll let comments, we'll acknowledge it, I should say, is massive for XRP. Folks, if you're with the XRP position, you got a position, you've been riding this thing through the ups and downs, and most people watching this video, if you bought in the 50 cents, you should be way up. And yeah, it stinks to drop from 340 back down to 256. But we're just getting started. We always go up, had a high here, and I told you we were going to have a unicorn, came down, got the unicorn. Now I told you we're most likely going to come down and hit the 50. We hit the 50, went a little bit lower. Actually had a shake-off candle, which happens all the time. No, I didn't sell. I bought. If you bought on this, let me know. Now we're moving back up to the 50. We're at the 50. I'm telling you now, once again, this is a major point. If we can confirm above the 50 and get a solid green candle moving up and then an opening and closing again, we will head all the way up to the 270s. At that point, you will have a major price to break. If we break that, we will be going to new highs. If we fail at either the 50 or 273, we will come back down and you're going to retest roughly the low 220s. And that is something we do not want to see. I don't believe that's the route we'll go, but you know what? The bears out there are piling in. They're trying to shake the tree and get loose leaves to fall and people to get rid of their positions. Let me know, are you buying any dips? And of course, we're all going to enjoy the rip. You know that. I'm excited about this. Are you buying the dips or are you selling? And I don't blame anybody. I'm not the kind of guy to come on here and say, oh, you got to buy, you got to buy. You can't, diamond hand, you know. Now, honestly, each person, I get it. Your risk tolerance is different. Crypto's not for everyone. You could see we went from $3.40 all the way to $1.70. That was 50% loss in literally like, 3 weeks? And so I can see people saying, I don't want to be in this. I lost 50%. Now, if you held and you had a strategy of buying on any major dips, you're up nicely. All right. From that $1.70 area, you're down nasty if you bought at the very, very top. But if you bought anywhere on the way down where I was DCAing, you should be up nicely. But for those who FOMO'd in after weeks or even months, when it finally got all the way up to threes, yeah, you're going to have to be patient for a couple more weeks. As the positive information comes out and we start breaking through some of these technical barriers, you're going to be loving it, I believe. More times than not, by the end of the year, I said it like last week. I said, if you hold until the end of this year, I believe the odds of being higher than we are right now are higher, much, much higher than they would be, that we're going to be lower. And so I feel great. I'm going to take that risk. I'm going heavy. And if I'm wrong, that's all right. I'll continue to pay attention to it, DCA where I think I should, and I'll give it the time it needs. Crypto's not going away unless some fundamental change comes about.
Yeah, crypto will be here. So shout out to Stock Mo, and let's get to a more recent video. This is Austin. I told you this is what happened. XRP's moving up. And let's see who's after that. Let's see what Austin has to say. Actually, thought there was a shorter video in here somewhere. But yeah, let's see what Austin has to say real quick.
Getting my morning coffee. For those of you guys who are in the South, Texas is about 20 minutes from my house in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So I drive over here to get their coffee and a little breakfast every now and then. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. So I told you this would happen. We talked about this with XRP, did a video yesterday talking about some good news that might have been coming. And in fact, it did happen. It is the reason that we see XRP up 11, 12+% today. By the way, on a side note, XRP is up 30+% in the last 10 days. And I got a way that you can profit even more from XRP and other cryptos and even stocks. So stick around. I'm going to tell you about that here as well. Okay. So, and also please hit the like and hit the subscribe. By hitting like and subscribe, you're telling me that you may continue to make XRP content for you. And that is ultimately what I care about, is providing you with great content that keeps you updated and helping you make more money in crypto. Those are the two main things I care about. So what's happened? Well, you may or may not have seen it, but I'm going to explain to you exactly what's going on. So yesterday we were expecting the approval, the acknowledgement, if you will, by the SEC for the conversion of Grayscale's XRP Trust to an XRP ETF. Okay. And we did, in fact, get that. The SEC acknowledged the application. They said, yes, we acknowledge it, right? And you may think that this is actually not a big deal, but it is, because this one event, the acknowledgement of the transition from Grayscale's XRP Trust to an XRP ETF, via the SEC wouldn't have happened under Gary Gensler. Would not have happened. They would have ignored it. They wouldn't have acknowledged it. It would have been not a thing. So it does ultimately signal a much bigger message, the shift from the SEC standpoint of being anti-crypto to being, for all intents and purposes, pro-crypto, right? So that's the good news here. That's the big deal. This is not the formal that the ETF's been approved. No, it's the acknowledgement of the application, right? Which again, we're taking it as a win. This one event is the reason that you're seeing XRP run 11, 12+% right now. That's it. Okay. Shows you the power of this. It shows you the power of that there's a tremendous amount of capital, money waiting to flow into XRP as we continue to get these good news events, right? And that's ultimately what it really does come down to. Okay. So good news. This is why I told you this would happen. I said, hey, we will see this acknowledgement. We will see this approval, if you will, approval of the application, right? It doesn't mean it's approval is not the right word. The acknowledgement. There you go. I want to say approval. That's what I want to say. So yeah. So, okay. I told you at the top of the video, I've got a piece of software. It's called X1 Algo. It's a trading indicator. It's about $1 a day is what it costs. It can help you make even more money. Like, for example, 10 days ago, there was a buy alert, and I've told you about this buy alert. So look, if you want to make even more money in crypto, you've got asking you for less than that, right? And that's the point. I wanted to keep it as cheap as possible. There are trading indicators out there that don't, if you don't like it, you email my support team. We're people that are making big money in crypto.
Yeah, we're not going to go down the rabbit hole with the trading indicator, but shout out to Austin and the, I guess, brief XRP update. So, which one of the, what this guy's talking about, actually?
Yeah, that's technical. I know this because I've been a day trader in crypto in 2017. I'm a day trader. I do more, actually, I'm more of a swinger. I swing more trades, but and I've been a stock investor and I love these dips. Today on X, I actually shared what I was doing. I was buying more V as the rush in because I told people, and then I told everyone, don't buy into the rush. And then the selling comes, I'm buying more. Actually, I'm buying a lot of things, to be honest with you. I had a cash position, like I told so many of you to have. And a lot of my students have had cash positions because when things go up, you sell. Now, I only sell when I tell you. So when I came out and I told you bad, if that sells off, I'm not selling because I'm going to let you do whatever you guys want. I can take those hits. I'm talking to bigger teams and going to make a little bit of a splash in the next 12 months in the cryptocurrency space. Let's just start right now. If you guys own XRP, we're going to start with the XRP news. Type XRP down below. And again, I want to remind you, if for those that can't read titles and listen to the full video, I have not sold one single XRP. I've already told a price I'm going to sell 10% of my holdings at. There we go. Reality of XRP ETF is one step closer after the SEC acknowledges the filing. This is the world we live in. Get ready. It gets worse. The SEC Commission has now acknowledged a filing by the New York Stock Exchange and Grayscale for an XRP ETF on Thursday. But you want to hear something lame? It's probably not in this. Somebody's applying, Grayscale is applying for a Doge. Jizo. All right. It says here, the SEC has set itself a deadline for a decision on whether it will allow an ETF tracking the price of XRP. The SEC acknowledged a 19B4 filing by the New York Stock Exchange and asset manager Grayscale, which is the first time it has responded to a filing regarding the crypto asset. This means that the commission now has up to 240 days to make a decision on the filing. I'm going to be honest with you, I think they want to take the entire 240 days, but honestly, it will probably happen a lot sooner than then. While the regulator, and the cool thing is if they get turned down, now Ripple can sue them. Type 1 if you think that's super cool. While the regulator has previously acknowledged several other applications for crypto-focused ETFs, including Solana, Litecoin, and Dogecoin. This latest acknowledgement is a significant, it's given the SEC's ongoing lawsuit with Ripple. Here's the deal. Oh, wait, real quick. I got to do a shout out. I reopened up the Crypto DeFi Pro course. It's open for 4 days, but we do reserve the right to close it early like last time based on how many students get in. All right. So if you want that, links down below. And then it's going up after that, the next time we close it. I got to take a little sidebar here. How many of you, type 2, if you've seen a Bitcoin maxi come into this channel and freaking lose their mind, screaming, yelling, all caps, when they say XRP has no use case? Type 2 if you've seen that before. And they're Bitcoin maxis. Get it. You love Bitcoin. Orange is a cool color, and you love sending Bitcoin and spending stupid amounts of money for transaction fees, and you really enjoy waiting around to see if it's actually going to go through. I know, I get it. Transaction times that are long are super cool for crazy people. See, we in the XRP army understand that super fast transactions, really cheap transaction costs. How about the burn rate? That's a pretty cool thing too. That's number 3. And the fact that banks are signing up and governments signing up to do business with the Ripple is actually a cool thing. So again, type XRP if you think that's freaking awesome. All right, now we're going to get into the XCN news. Now, many of you have made lots and lots of money. I see emails all the time of how much you make. I'm not joking. Some of this is staggering. But even down to somebody that I knew that, bought $400 worth, it went up to, what was it, like $4,800 for them, and they sold like half of it, and then they rebought it back as it dipped. Isn't that weird how this works out? All right, so let's dive into that. There's some standby. XCN news. Now this is very bullish. Now I have not doubled my position. I have an order in for a doubling, just in case this falling wedge keeps falling. Okay, if it does, it's going to trigger my buy order. I'm going to double. I don't know if it's going to happen though, and this is why. It says here, this story is out of Newlix.com. XCN sees massive surge after Onyx Coin announces some major updates. It says this jump is the latest since the bull run of 2,656%. Remember, I told you all about that first. It says here, some of these updates. Onyx Coin recently rolled out a series of updates that should fan the flames for further growth in the XCN ecosystem. By far, the most important announcement was the ramping up of staking rewards. I don't get super excited about that, to be honest with you. However, staking rewards do go down. Most people don't know this. Oh, let me explain something. So, you see these too good to be trues, 30%, 40% staking rewards, right? And you're like, that's too good to be true. It's a scam. It's actually not how it works. On a legit network, as more and more people come to stake, it actually drives down the percentage. Okay, so when Ethereum went from proof of work to proof of stake, it actually had a really high staking reward at first, and then more people filed in and dropped the price. Also, type 3 if you didn't know that. I don't need the people that knew it. I just want to see if there are people that didn't know that, okay? But then check this out. A lot of people don't know this, and type 4 if you didn't know this. If you stake on an exchange like Coinbase, Gemini, any of those exchanges, they take part of your staking fees. Actually, they take a lot of it. So you need to go learn how to, if you want to stake Ethereum, go stake Ethereum on its mainnet. You'll make more money. I'm going to cover that in that next course. All right, so here we go. Let's do this. Here we go. Another substantial update is the elimination. Now, this is a big deal, but it's going to have some issues. I'm going to teach you all something. Another substantial update is the elimination of the lockup period for staking. Historically, a number of blockchain projects mandated that staked tokens be locked up for a given period, restricting users' ability to access and move their tokens. By doing away with this lockup period, Onyx DAO offers an unprecedented level of flexibility that could make staking XCN an increasingly popular choice among holders. We're actually going to have a whole section in DeFi, the DeFi Pro course, on how to safely stake things and risks associated with it. But I'm going to give you a little tip right here. This is free. When a company puts out staking, which is essentially, let's look at it like setting up nodes and upholding the system, right? There's a couple different things. It locks up a bunch of tokens and keeps them off of the exchanges, which means the float's smaller, which thus brings up the price. But a lot of reasons why companies, I was just talking to a team yesterday, actually, in a meeting about a possible investment in their company. And I was talking to them about their lockup process. It's 90 days because it brings severe disruption in a truly decentralized node program. It brings disruption. So you need a cooling off period, right? Imagine Amazon or like web services or any company, banks that have all these servers, right? And they have, blocks of servers around the country or possibly around the world. If all of a sudden 2 of those servers farms go down, their system is very compromised. And so you don't want that. Now, with this, one of the ways that these teams get around this is what they do is they build up enough investable tokens where they can spread those out around the world and run their own series of nodes, just like XRP. And how I'm pissing everyone off because I say it's centralized. Just because Ripple puts decentralized in the website, it's not decentralized. I know. I'm just going to piss more people off, and then I'm going to go live on some big YouTuber that's running around thinking he knows everything, and I'll put him in his spot. But it's not centralized. And one of the easiest ways is like with XRPL, not all nodes, validator nodes, hey, the ones that do are owned by Ripple and big money. So that's how they get around it. These teams sit there. Type 10 if you didn't know any of this stuff. If you're like, I'm teaching you something, because I am. This is how some of these teams get away with this. So what they're doing is this good at news. You're supposed to like, oh my gosh, there's less risk. I'm going to go ahead and stake. And then the team goes, hey, we got a bunch of extra tokens. We want to sell them at a higher price. This is one of the ways they do it. And they can keep the stabilization of the network because they've already got enough servers around the world to stabilize it in case a bunch of people pull out of the staking system. All right, cool. Hey, I want to share something with you because I'm really excited that we have jacked the price up on this course. I'm not joking because I know how much money it's making people. Chris, hold on, write his name. Oh, I screwed that one up. Not going to do it. Chris sent me this. He says, I want to let anyone or whoever know that I've learned so much from the DeFi course. I wish I would have had this knowledge before I started crypto. I really got into trading, investing shortly before the crypto market peaked. So I've been on a downward spiral, but I was determined not to give in. Right off the bat, I got robbed a few $1,000s from some honeypots, which was demoralizing. I was uneducated and unequipped. I feel so much better and more confident, and this course has taught me and helped me learn and grow. Thank you. That's the DeFi Pro course. I want to show you something that's really interesting, and you need to understand this right now. Because if you don't take the time to go teach yourself or learn, you're going to lose money or you're going to lose the ability of making money right now. He sent another email like 10 minutes later. He said to add to his last comments, the Crypto 101 course is excellent as well. I'm still going through it, and it's a lot to learn. I want you to understand this. This gentleman, Chris, said he was buying crypto during the last bull run. And he went and bought a Crypto 101 basic course. This is a smart person. This is someone that's going to be very successful. So all the people that want free advice, definitely don't come here. You're not, just unsubscribe. I own a financial education company. I understand how important it is to learn things. And I make my millions from knowledge, not from.
So that's a pretty interesting shout out to the economic ninja, but let's get to something more XRP focused. This is Nick Cash, daily crypto news. Ripple flip the switch. XRP event will be 1000x bigger than you think. So let's see what he has to say real quick. I guess we'll shut it down for the day on this Friday. Happy Easter. The Easter turn up for XRP. Let's go. Let me see. Let's get the sound mixed together. Now let's see what's going down.
Especially when it comes to cross-border payments because of how much money is moved every single year. At one point in time, it was a $156 trillion market. Now it's way over 200 plus trillion, targeting almost $300 trillion. And this is something that's very significant. But the big thing is, a lot has changed over the years. And, a lot of people still question, is payment still the big focus? And the answer to that is yes. But I want you guys to understand that this is where we do start to get into the whole idea of the flip the switch moment. For an example, vet_X0, who is a node operator or validator on the XRP ledger, he put out a great post regarding this, but I want to really kind of expand on this and really kind of show you guys where we are at and what to expect, especially from Ripple pertaining to XRP and the XRPL. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Let's dive on in and let's start off with this post here from Vet, which does say Ripple payments integration into the XRP ledger DEX is the flip of the switch moment. Now, to a lot of people, we don't actually, know what's going on whenever it comes to like the plans behind the scenes. But one thing that's clear from Ripple is that RLUSD is not going to be the only stablecoin. We know this because of a lot of the discussions that have been going on around Ripple. But also, as we do really kind of look at what's going on here in terms of Ripple payments and integrating XRPL, aka the DEX, into the Ripple payments model, that's probably going to be one of the biggest things that really kind of happens around XRP and the XRPL. The reason for that being is because of how significant the overall opportunity is to have that integration in Ripple payments to settle and clear all of those transactions. It's a game changer. Now, a lot of people do question when or, what's, still holding this back. Ultimately, there is definitely still some compliance issues there. There's also a lot of issues whenever it comes to the adoption side. Like we still need a lot of adoption there. But for the most part, there's some very large players already tapped in. And we know this because of some of the most regulated banks talking about this, addressing it, but also a lot of the partnerships that Ripple does have. Now, outside of this post, the reason why I say that Ripple does have plans for a lot more stablecoins, let's go over here real quick to this idea that David Schwartz, Ripple CTO, put out regarding stablecoins at the Ondo Finance Summit, where he did say roughly 5 stablecoins should be enough for the whole industry. Big shout out to XRP Drops for this. Check it out.
Do we need so many stablecoins? What is going to happen in this world of stablecoins as this industry becomes more mature?
We don't need that many stable coins. There's reasons why you might want more than one. There is actually some special,
right?
well, one is diversification of risk, right? It would be really weird if we build this entire DeFi ecosystem that's all decentralized and it's all based on Ripple's like reserve. And if Ripple collapses, the whole system there might be people who don't trust Ripple. I don't know why they wouldn't, but and they wouldn't be able to use RLUSD and obviously the whole world, right? So yeah, you can make an argument that there's some small number, but there is some specialization that really does happen. Stablecoins aren't yield bearing, and so that they're not volatile, and they're tied to jurisdictions, they're tied to particular entities. So you could sort of imagine a world where you have this proliferation of millions of stablecoins. I don't think that's, millions obviously not true, but like a large number. I think there probably will be a bit of a shakeout and some consolidation. But I do think, 5, seems like roughly the right order of magnitude.
Right.
Yeah.
And what's special about
Now, of course, a lot of people will take this and run with it and say, well, if there's only going to be 5 stablecoins, then we won't have every single fiat currency as a stablecoin. But that's actually where a lot of people get this wrong. What he's talking about in terms of like the 5 stablecoins, he's talking more so about stablecoins that are tied back to fiat currencies. How many do we actually need? Well, you could have 5 USD stablecoins, 5 Euro stablecoins, things like that. Now, is that how it's going to work? Well, I really think that when it comes to stablecoins, it's probably going to be the most adopted, that has the best in class offering, that really kind of succeeds in a big way. We definitely look at RLUSD in a huge way because RLUSD has become a big player so far around the stablecoin market. But I also do think that he's kind of hinting at more stablecoins coming for Ripple as well. And, again, you can take this and run with it however you want. I definitely do think that there is a lot of fragmentation when it comes to the stablecoin market. Like, I don't think that we need, 100 different stablecoins that are tied back to the same currency. I think that one will suffice, or at least, in this case, he's talking about 5. But outside of that, right, it goes back to the end of December where we did hear from Brad Garlinghouse talking about how, Ripple will utilize their own products, aka RLUSD, and he even did hint at RLJPY and RL Euro. And big shout to Mr. Man XRP for this. RippleNet ecosystem is being built right in front of our eyes. The conversation for Ripple is shifting back to payments, and it's always been about payments, right? I've said it in the beginning of this video. One of the biggest narratives around XRP and Ripple has always been payments because of how massive it actually is.
That are you going to be using that in your own products? How will it compare with XRP?
We absolutely will be using our own products. A little bit of history on this. Ripple has for years used stablecoins, U.S. dollar stablecoins, in certain corridors, depending upon which currency pairs we're dealing with, customer we're enabling, and frankly, sometimes it has been more efficient. And so we've used Tether in certain circumstances. We've used USDC. In fact, at one point, we were responsible for minting 20% of all USDC. And we kind of realized that there's an opportunity in the market as it continues to grow to, particularly for our customer set around, institutions. We felt like it was an opportunity for us to jump in. Look, I think as you look at the road ahead around stablecoins, I think the market's going to continue to grow a lot. I think when we decided to launch a stablecoin, it was probably about $120 billion market. Today, I think it's just shy of $200 billion. And some smart analysts forecast it's going to be a couple trillion in 5 more years. So I think the market is going to continue to grow for sure. Right now, the U.S. dollar is by far the most important stable coin, but I think you will see some activity in euro, maybe in yen. We shall see how far down that goes. But look, our goal is to make sure that the XRP ledger is the most efficient, the most trusted, the most utility, and having a stable coin on the XRPL that is robust, efficient, reputable. Ripple has worked with institutions for years now, and I think we have a very trusted brand. And look, we also have a very large balance sheet that we think, if needed, could be helpful in making the RLUSD or Ripple USD successful.
Just on the
And yeah, I really do think that a yen and a euro stablecoin makes a lot of sense here. In fact, if we go over to the Digital Pound Foundation, they also said RLGBP. So, RL pound, RL yen, RL euro. I think these 3 stablecoins have a very nice ring to it. And I think that they are on their way. We have yet to actually hear from Ripple regarding any of these additional stablecoins. But with SBI and the Japan presence that Ripple does have, Japan, is a huge market for them. We also know that the UK is a huge market for them. And we also know that they've been clearing a path in the EU for quite some time. So it definitely does make a lot of sense. And, even back in December, Bank XRP did mention that the domain rleuro.com redirects to ripple.com. So does rlusd.com. So let's see what happens here. And also, if we go back towards like the end of January, the EU was pushing for a digital euro to counter Trump's promotion of US-backed stablecoins. They were warning that stablecoins could disintermediate banks globally. And RL Euro, it definitely takes us back to Ripple's website if we do put rleuro.com in. So let's see what happens in the EU, especially even with the recent announcement for the big win for fintechs in Europe, which I did mention yesterday. Crippen Writer did put out a great post regarding this, talking about just how substantial it is. But somebody did say, we need XRPL stable euro. Thought I saw a French bank announcing one, but we are drowning in good news. Now, yeah, there is a bank. It's Societe Generale. It's I think it's Yours V. I want to say that's the cash sign for it. But that's actually coming to the XRP ledger this year. Societe Generale with Forge is actually launching that, which is a big one. that I'm definitely focused on. But we have here that I wouldn't be mad if, quite coincidentally, wink, wink, Ripple would announce their plans to launch RO Euro on the XRP ledger this year. I think that this will most likely happen at XRP Apex. Maybe I'm wrong. But it definitely would make sense, especially with a lot of the connections aligning perfectly. We know how, so far, every single thing that Ripple does announce is very well tied back to something like this, where we do see the ECB flipping and really kind of announcing plans around pushing fintechs forward in the EU. So we'll see what happens here. But also over here, we do have recently ROUSD supply nearly doubled and drove over 400 million in volume. Austin King put out this great post regarding this. We have most don't understand the scale of Ripple's stablecoin strategy. Soon it could include a $4 trillion economy. Japan, here's what you need to know as XRP enters this stage. And check out this video clip from Brad Garlinghouse as well.
Bigger guys partnering with the smaller innovative companies. Ripple, way back in 2016, partnered with SBI, one of the largest and most successful banking conglomerates here, and really across a lot of financial services here in Japan. And that's been a really successful partnership for us and for them. So we feel like it makes sense to when you enter some of these markets to partner with some of the bigger guys. And that's true in Korea, that's true in Japan. Depending on what market you go into, we try to figure out what's the best way to enter.
Especially here in Japan, we've talked about regulation being a bit more clear, but also the government has been very active in setting those regulations. At the same time, we're headed towards a presidential election for the ruling Liberal Democratic Party. Do you have any views on the potential that this market could change?
Well, actually, while I've been here in Japan, I've met with regulators, I've met with the FSA, I've met with elected representatives, and what I've heard consistently is a desire to lean into these technologies. Bigger guys partnering.
Now, again, this really kind of reinforces the idea of RL Yen, right? And we actually have down here that most people don't know how much market share Ripple has acquired in Japan. Ripple has now spent nearly a decade driving growth in the market. Where did it begin? While Ripple faced headwinds in the US from the SEC lawsuit, it steadily drove growth in Asia. They created a strategic consortium with over 60 banks in Japan covering over $9 trillion in assets and 80% market share. They've been already utilizing XRP. By leveraging XRP, Japanese citizens can achieve instant transfers throughout nearly the entire banking sector. This is huge validation of the utility that XRP is providing banks, but it could be just the beginning. It's possible that Ripple could leverage this consortium to launch a Japanese stablecoin. The Japanese yen alone could bring hundreds of billions in value to the network, over 1,000x from where we're at now today. And that's only one country. XRP could become the network that governments across the world depend on to run their financial systems. If that happens, nothing we've seen so far will come even close to that growth. That will follow. Help other people understand this by sharing. Now, of course, listen, I do think everyone should go check out Austin over on X, but on top of that, I do think that these stablecoins are so crucial to focus on when it comes to the idea of, not only tokenizing fiat, but tokenizing the entire FX market. Guys, it's $7.5 trillion per day. Cross-border payments is obviously mixed into that as well. These are massive use cases for crypto and digital assets. And I do think that when it comes to XRP, everyone needs to pay attention to what Ripple is doing here when it comes to stablecoins, because it's reinforcing XRP's use case potential as well as being a bridge currency between all of these different stablecoins. Guys, I'm very excited about the future. And in fact, I do think that once we do start to see the DEX incorporated within Ripple payments, aka that integration, that really is the big flip of the switch moment that really kind of just from that point on, everything that we've been talking about and everything around XRP, it all starts to make a lot of sense. It all starts to become a reality. And I don't think that we will be worried about the price of XRP at that point. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely have a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
So, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday, Valentine's Day Versatile, what do you think XRP will be by the end of the year? That's a good question. Somewhere between, I guess, $10 and $15. I don't want to moonboy you with 10,000 and 500, but 10 and 15 would be pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments as well. But this is your main man BTM signing out. And remember, let's get back to the money, guys. And as always, stay dangerous. Miner out. Happy Friday.